This video was made possible by Mizizi International, the official African diaspora clothing brand. Visit mizizishop.com for more information. On Wednesday, February 28, 2024, Ghana's parliament passed the Promotion of Proper Human Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill, which is considered one of the harshest anti-LGBTQ legislation in existence. The bill, if signed into law by President Nana Akufo-Addo, would criminalize same-sex intimacy, with prison sentences ranging from 6 months to 3 years, and also penalize those who advocate or support LGBTQ+ activities with up to 5 years imprisonment. Many international actors have urged the Ghanaian President to reconsider signing the bill due to the many repercussions its passage could bring to Ghana. And in an interesting turn of events, Ghana's finance ministry itself has come out to warn that the country stands to lose up to $3.8 billion if the bill is signed into law. How would Ghana lose this money? What effect could this loss have on Ghana? Could Ghana face the same treatment meted out to Uganda after it passed a similar law in May 2023? In today's video, we will offer deep insight into these questions and many more. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. In a highly unusual move, Ghana's Ministry of Finance has warned President Akufo-Addo against signing into law the controversial anti-LGBTQ bill passed by Parliament in late February 2024 due to profound concerns about potential economic ramifications. According to a leaked memo directed to the President, the Finance Ministry warns of a substantial loss in funding, estimating a staggering $3.8 billion loss from the World Bank over the next 5 to 6 years. The leaked document outlines that in 2024 alone, Ghana could face a loss of $850 million, including $600 million in budget support and $250 million designated for Financial Stability Fund. The Finance Ministry believes that this significant reduction in financial support would have far-reaching consequences on Ghana's foreign exchange reserves and exchange rate stability, as the World Bank inflows were expected to fortify the country's reserve position and offset the impact of recent macroeconomic vulnerabilities. The leaked Finance Ministry memo to the President further underscored the potential impact on the International Monetary Fund program, as the non-disbursement of World Bank budget support jeopardizes the IMF program, putting at risk a substantial $720 million scheduled for disbursement after the second and third reviews. Furthermore, the leaked document sheds light on the repercussions for Ghana's debt restructuring program, emphasizing that the success of negotiations with the official creditor committee and Eurobond holders is inextricably tied to the IMF program, so a derailing of the IMF program could pose a threat to Ghana's long-term debt sustainability. The memo also underscores potential adverse effect on ongoing and future World Bank-funded programs, including the suspension of budget support, negotiations for financial stability, and the disbursement for ongoing and pipeline projects. Essentially, the Finance Ministry is concerned that Ghana is in the midst of a massive economic crisis and had to go to the International Monetary Fund for a bailout last year, so any shortage in funds from the IMF, World Bank, and other donors due to the signing of this bill into law would hinder the nation's economic recovery. Consequently, the ministry has advised that President Nana Akufo-Addo postpone signing the bill until the Supreme Court determines whether it is constitutionally sound. The Finance Ministry has also released a statement saying that the presidency may have a structured engagement with local conservative forces such as religious bodies and faith-based organizations to communicate the economic implications of the passage of the anti-LGBTQ bill and to build a stronger coalition and a framework for supporting key development initiatives that is likely to be affected. President Akufo-Addo, who has 7 days after receiving the bill to decide whether to sign it into law, revealed on Monday, March 4, 2024, that the bill has not yet reached his desk because it is currently being challenged in the Supreme Court. The anti-LGBTQ law in Ghana was introduced by 8 members of the country's parliament who jointly submitted a private bill aimed at criminalizing LGBTQI+ activities. The bill, titled the Bill on the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values, was presented to Speaker Alban Bagbin by the main sponsor MP Sam Nate George on June 29, 2021. Beyond parliamentary support, the legislation also garnered sponsorship from a coalition of Christian, Muslim, and Ghanaian traditional leaders. The bill, if enacted, encompasses a range of provisions targeting LGBTQI+ individuals and activities. These include the criminalization of same-sex relationships with penalties of up to 3 years in prison for engaging in consensual same-sex acts. Additionally, the bill proposes harsher sentences, up to 5 years in prison, for LGBTQI+ individuals who advocate for their rights or are involved in the organization of events supporting LGBTQI+ rights. Moreover, the legislation seeks to prohibit the promotion or public display of LGBTQI+ content and imposes a requirement on citizens and institutions to actively promote proper sexual rights according to Ghanaian values. Ghana's passage of the anti-LGBTQ+ bill on February 28, 2024, sparked widespread international condemnation. The United States expressed deep concern, urging a review of the bill's constitutionality and highlighting its potential negative impact on human rights, public health, and the economy. The United Kingdom echoed these sentiments, emphasizing their commitment to human rights and expressing disappointment with the legislation. The World Bank and IMF stated that they were watching events in Ghana and preparing potential responses. "We are watching recent developments in Ghana closely," the IMF said in a statement. "We cannot comment on a bill that has not yet been signed into law and whose economic and financial implications we have yet to assess." The United Nations also voiced their concern, calling the bill profoundly disturbing and urging for it not to become law. As a result of all these negative international reactions, experts are concerned that Ghana could end up receiving the same treatment as Uganda after the East African nation passed a similar bill into law last year. Indeed, the passage of the Anti-Homosexuality Act in Uganda in May 2023 brought swift and significant international repercussions. The United States, a major donor to Uganda, removed the country from the African Growth and Opportunity Act trade program on January 1, 2024, a move that could cost Uganda millions of dollars in lost exports. Additionally, the US imposed visa restrictions on Ugandan officials believed to be responsible for the law's passage in June 2023. Furthermore, the World Bank, citing the law's inconsistency with their values of inclusion and non-discrimination, halted new financial aid to Uganda in August 2023, jeopardizing crucial funding for development projects. However, it is crucial to note that despite the potential for Ghana to receive the Uganda treatment if it passes this bill into law, the bill has sparked a widespread and fervent response among the populace, with a significant portion expressing robust support for the legislation. Crucially, The bill has garnered massive backing from a broad coalition of Christians, Muslim, and Ghanaian traditional leaders, underlining the deep-rooted religiosity and conservatism in the country. Given Ghana's highly religious and conservative nature, the coalition's support holds considerable influence. Also, the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians support the bill. According to a 2014 poll by Afrobarometer, about 90% of Ghanaians say they support a law criminalizing same-sex relationships. Public sentiment reflects a blend of cultural, religious, and traditional values, with many citizens endorsing the bill as a means of preserving what they perceive as Ghanaian family values. The discourse surrounding the legislation reveals a complex interplay of societal norms, religious convictions, and traditional beliefs shaping the prevailing attitude towards LGBTQI+ rights in Ghana. Your perspective matters. What do you make of Ghana's anti-LGBTQ law? Do you think President Akufo-Addo should heed the Finance Ministry's advice to not sign the bill into law for economic reasons? Share your insights and thoughts in the comments below. For continued updates on global affairs and diplomatic developments, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more insightful content in the future.